Hi guys, it's Kristine again. I'm coming to you from San Diego and Butterfly Van. I just wanted to touch base on a couple of things today with you that I have heard that's going on, or that's gone on and that's going on. First of all, I saw that there is an issue with people's vans catching on fire and completely burning down. That I saw and heard a couple of different people, 2 or 3 people that this is happening to, and I don't know if it's like what's causing it. I think it's like people are drilling into the roofs of their van and wiring for their solar and all that, and I don't know if it's faulty wiring or if something goes wrong with that, but people's vans are burning down, and you don't want that to happen. And if you are living in your van, you don't want that to happen and not be prepared. So it occurred to me that with all the things that I had recommended for safety that you have in your van, I forgot to mention a fire extinguisher. So that to me is like should be number one. You should have a fire extinguisher in your van. Whether you're full-time or whether you're not or whatever, you should have a fire extinguisher. So I'm recommending a fire extinguisher in your van. So I wanted to mention that. And I wanted to talk a little bit about again about homelessness. And I don't know if most of you are doing this van life thing because you chose to, or because you had to and then you ended up enjoying it or whatever. I'm not sure about the issues surrounding that, but I know most people are doing it because they chose, or they're choosing to do it. But there are also a lot of people out there that are doing the van life thing because they didn't have another option. They were forced into it. So that bothers me, if you were forced into it and you're not doing it because, you enjoy doing it. That's a serious thing. Homelessness is a serious thing. I mean, let's just talk about homelessness here in California. LA, Southern California, LA area, San Diego. It's big, it's huge, it's a human issue that's going on, and there's not enough resources, there's no help for these people, and on top of it, people are getting arrested for sleeping, in their vans where they're not supposed to be sleeping. And used to be, they would just, if they were going to hassle you, they would knock, on your door in the middle of the night, and they would, they'd tell you move on or whatever. And then they started giving tickets, which, if you don't have any money and you're already living in your freaking van, how are you going to pay a damn ticket? So they've been doing that. And then they're arresting people. They are seriously now starting to arrest people. It's on the news. And I just think it's freaking unconscionable. I mean, people don't seem to realize. Okay, for one, people look at homeless soccer moms and your blue collar or whatever, your office workers, your engineers, your doctors, your lawyers, all your high class people look at the homeless, basically snub their nose at them and think, oh, they're all drug addicts, they're whatever, they're losers, that they're just living off the system, or they can do something about their situation. They're choosing not to. Maybe some are this way, but even if so, what drove them to their addiction to begin with? You don't realize that, being homeless, living on the streets, not having a permanent residence, what that can do to you. You don't realize the toll that takes on your mental state to begin with, I mean, especially for women, solo women. And that's what, my category is, solo female van life. And whether that be something you chose to do or something that you didn't choose to do that, was forced upon you. Either way, it's a hard freaking life. Everybody, well, not everybody, but most people glamorize this whole van life thing, and they're all like, it's a bag of chips and all that, but let's be real. I mean, it's not an easy life. It's the homelessness, not having a physical address, a sticks and bricks dwelling is not an easy life because, okay, you're living in your van or your vehicle or whatever. You're having to work twice. It's not an easy life, for sure. And some people enjoy that challenge, and that's fine. If you're choosing that and you want that willingly, but then there's people who have to live like this and they didn't choose it, and it's hard. And especially if you have children, when you're trying to live like this, or you have pets or whatever, it's a hard life. You got to work twice as hard just to survive, you just have to work twice as hard. I mean, think about it. I mean, you don't have your shower, you don't have your bathroom in your van, you don't have your basic needs. You can't just turn on your shower and jump in. You can't just flush a toilet. You can't just turn on your sink and water runs. You can't just go in your refrigerator and, pull out something and throw it in the microwave. And I'm talking strictly if you're in a van, you can't do that. You don't have air conditioning. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. And if you don't have an income on top of that, or you're very little income and you're trying to make it, and then you're getting hassled by the police, for parking and trying to, find a place to sleep at night. That's just, I don't know. So I think people need to be more aware of the whole van life movement, that before you jump into it thinking it's going to be something great, it may not be. Have a backup plan at least. That's the only thing I can say that, that can help you or save you once you're in this situation. Try to have a backup plan, because once you're here, you may not be able to get out so easily. And try to have compassion for the homeless, for people who are homeless, who, are struggling to survive and don't have a place to live and are living in their vans, their cars, whatever. Some people don't even have that, a roof over their head. They're staying outside under bridges and stuff. So my advice is to talk to somebody like that. Talk to someone who's not doing this willingly. Talk to them. Find out who they are, who they used to be, what got them into this situation, and you might be surprised to find that a lot of people have college educations, and just things went wrong and they lost everything, and it doesn't take much. I think most people are, like I said, one paycheck away from losing everything. One paycheck away from homelessness. That's all it takes. For living in your vehicle, from living under a bridge, from losing it all.